I'm dead. Did you like the intro? I really enjoy making these, so let me know if you enjoy them as well. Perhaps in the future I'll set up a proper voting system or something. Since almost everyone got a nostalgia hit from the previous video, I'm here to get you your fix. Let's get back to 2016 and talk a bit about the days of the Badchat climbing meta. The goal of this video is to show you how climbing got integrated with the tactics that were made for the WGL. And if you really like these type of videos, I currently have the 0.9+15 client from what.djkappa.com, and seriously, if you want to check out one of your old replays, torrent the client from this site and it'll make your day reliving the old memories. And with this client I can watch the older WGL matches, and then I could even do a full nostalgia trip to all the climbs on the old maps. Well, let me know if you would like to see that. There was a certain point after which climbing became known among most of the players. And that point was Applewoww.
Applewoww, he's stuck. He can't move. No, he can't move. I told you, he can't move. This is physics for you. Game over. Time is up. Navi have taken the victory.
This was at the grand finals of 2016, and the failed climb, or well, descent actually, made Hellraisers lose. After the event, a sign and a cute little apple tree got added to the map. Also, the rock got changed, so you couldn't be stuck there anymore. Around the beginning of 2016, I got asked to join the WGL team Knekkebrut. Each team received Gold League accounts. It's just like your regular press accounts with all the money and tanks and all the crew skills. One for each region. EU, RU and NA. We'd practice a lot versus the RU guys. And after you got the account, you just rename it to something like Hi, I'm from 2020 watching a YouTube video about climbing _KB. Awesome, now you're in the team. Let's go to a staple of the WGL climbing scene, mines. Given a certain tactic and you want to get up B8 following the arrow, we need the fastest and most reliable way to get up. First we have to examine the slope. If the elevation is too high, you cannot go straight up, but you have to go at an angle. Remember, there's no EBR 105 yet. You gotta hug the slope and maintain traction, which is done by turning. The perfect line is one that coincides with the house. After lots of testing we found out that going around the house, making a longer approach, thus slower, also gives you more time to adjust your angle towards the slope, making it more consistent. Next, having more than one person know the climb, so you can like interchange people like, oh, you go B8, I go B8, something like that. It's a very long process to find out how exactly a climb works. And thus, YouTube clips were made. Looks familiar, huh? This was one of the very first clips I've ever uploaded on this channel. Here we see that you can go up all the way and have great shots up on the hill. Another team member of KB was Phil there. Him and I were climbing almost every day for hours on end, practicing the same climbs over and over to make sure you could do it 99% of the time, or maybe 100. And sometimes have backup strats for when a climb failed halfway. Here we see the clip of the TVP climbing B8. With the fast traverse and lower top speed, the climb became really hard. Unfortunately, it was not consistent enough for the WGL matches. Okay, so now we know how the budget goes up, but what happens in a real match? Adrenaline pumping, knees getting weak and arms heavy and all that jazz. So I'll just let the clip roll and I hope you enjoy it.
We need to see is Xane managing. Did Xane manage to get up? Like, is Xaneleon climbing up? I mean, they're already shooting him. Let's see.
Xaneleon getting picked apart here by the 3 tanks in the middle.
It's only one connection, unfortunately for them. But he's a bit stuck now.
Is he stuck behind that rock? Is that a place he can actually move out from?
It's not that, but he cannot really go and finish
Can't
the
go
climb.
anywhere, yeah. He can't do anything. But there's always a danger of him shooting one of them in the back as well.
You might think, whoa, that was not very good, Xan. Yeah, I know. But hey, it was a tactic and it got countered. Next up is the North Hill climb. This clip was intended for our team to show what line you should take and when you had to steer, kinda like the B8 one. With a fast approach, the climb was relatively easy as long as you practiced it. Keyword, practice. But also, if you somehow mess up the first part, I go back and do it the slow way, which also needed a ton of hours to get consistent. There was also another way, which involved climbing the right side and going over the big rock instead of around it. Let me show you how it went in the match, using not 1, not 2, but 3 goats to take control of the hill.
Knekkebrut should know it by now. Okay. Failware, Crux and Xaneleon. failure success, correct success. Xaneleon had to brake a bit. Maybe.
Oh, they do it without speed. Nice.
Nice.
Without speed! All the practice in training rooms was paying off right there.
That's another way. That's the third way then.
Yeah, not loss of HP there.
So what did Mojo say right at the end?
Not loss of HP there.
What does he mean? Well, if you fail the second part of the climb, you could fall down and lose around 600 HP. And sometimes it's just your tracks, and other times you'll just lose like a ton of HP. For purely demonstrational purposes, cue the next clip.
Okay, Kill still doing the opposite boost there. A bit slow, kind of get round the next bit. This is usually where tanks always fall down, and he's falling down. Uh-oh.
Doesn't take any damage though.
Huh? What did he do wrong, you might think? He took the same route as the rest of us, right? Well, wrong. Take a look at how far left of the bush Failware drives, and then Crux a little more to the right, almost failing him. Now let's take a look at what Killstill does. He turns right too early and goes through the bush. Looking at this in hindsight is just inexperience with the climb. In his defense, you had to learn a lot of them, and knowing them inside and out to consistently apply them in matches just took a long time. Here we have another fan favorite from back in the day, J9. It allowed for zero line domination, knowledge of the east side of the hill for any pushes, easy shots on the hill for free damage, and solid cover against artillery. Let's take a look what Failware does in a match.
Similar, maybe a bit different style by Utopia with those guys waiting down in the water. But Failware is doing his job again, and he is doing it from the first.
A few moments later.
Taking one shot in return for that insane position is really nice. But there's a way for the other team to contest this, and that's the E0 climb. Even with practice, this climb was still a little tricky because the point of turning left changed along with your approach angle. So if you took a shallower approach, then you had to steer earlier, and if you took a steeper approach, you have to steer a little bit later, stuff like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but yeah, you get it. Now let's see how I use this one in one of the matches.
Picks up Crux and Xan is the last one standing, and he's gonna make a climb for fashion points.
Nothing else except Fashion TV here now. I mean, Xane can do
I mean,
anything.
he does get his team extra time to talk about the next round.
Yeah, it's really good to cool off a bit and not go straight to the next round while you're heated up from defeat. So he can sit up there and annoy Kazna a bit. Really, it's really hard how to get him.
Stefan's just kind of playing around with it now, you know? Oh, Xana gave up. There comes Stefan. Stefan picks
And
up,
the
and it will be
booty
Kazna.
Booty shot ended
Oh,
it.
I think Xana gave up, you know, you saw him turn away in desperation.
The admin was going full ham Captain Caps Lock mode on me for prolonging the match. Sorry dude, I just had to climb there for fashion points. I can talk for so long about every climb, it's insane. Let's quickly go to Cliff. Straight into a match to show off a South Hill climb.
So KB is with Failware and Xaneleon doing the new climb there. It's not that new,
It's
but
not
it's
that new, it's not that hard.
Often seen.
I can explain what the essence of it is here.
This climb requires a bit of a setup to make it more consistent. Pay close attention to where we stand still and align ourselves. I mess up a bit by not turning in time, making me slide down ever so slightly. But I recover. Free hill control is imminent. Look at Barry's approach. It's way higher than our approach. I'm not saying that's why he failed, but it just makes it really hard. Because then you have to turn for a certain amount of time, and it was just harder. When I looked at this clip, it made me realize how many cool moments were made with these awesome people. With the casters, Mojo, the Killzor, Ektar, and homeboys Gary Barry and Kaizu. They're still very much active on Twitch nowadays. You should check them out. The climb requires speed to go through the slippery part. Because if you don't have speed, this happens.
Now he's not sure where he goes. And no! He slid off again! Caribou is going to be like, dude, I'm just going to show you how to do it. Look, it's up here. It's up here, mate. That's how you do it.
To get around the slippery part, you could also just be massive. Like in this clip.
I made it!
Yep, that's a talk too, and with Hellfish in the T95. What happened after KB? Well, I decided that I wanted to make YouTube videos. I gained so much knowledge about climbing and wanted to share it with the rest of the community, and so it began. In September of 2016, I released my first Mines climbing video. Special thanks to DedeLT for his help during the time. He also made videos alongside me and of course shared his newly found climbs with me. So, why was climbing frowned upon before the invisible walls were introduced?
Whoa.
Let's take a look at Bolog's clip in his Backshadow Mountain Pass. There's a wall now at this point, you can try it out but you'll fall down, sad face. Once up, there's this lovely STB1 that got spotted in the wrong position. Goated. Oh, and about the Abbey climbs, I'll have 2 more for you lovely goats. This one is with the Ramatal Panzerwagen back in patch 1.4. Please try it out for yourself and try not to break your keyboard or pull your hairs out. Thank you. The EBR 105 version of this climb is just stupidly easy by comparison. And that's it already. Aww. I read this comment and it made me miss you guys as well. Hey, did you like this nostalgia trip I took you on? Are you now in need of more? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps out a lot. After lots of testing, we find out... Jesus,